Welcome to TigerNet here in the aftermath of Clemson's 37-32 victory over South Carolina. I'm David Hood here on the field at Williams-Brice Stadium. It was never easy for Clemson, who came out. They were shut out in the first quarter. The offense got to clicking after that. 3 turnovers, though. That was really a key. Even though South Carolina scored just 8 points, turnovers stopped drives. They gave South Carolina momentum. We've been talking to players, we've been talking to coaches, and they say the turnovers are a concern heading into next week's ACC championship game against North Carolina. I looked just a minute ago. North Carolina was already up, I think, a couple of touchdowns on NC State. Their offense is rolling. Clemson had some busts again on defense today. Brent Venables wasn't really happy, but this team is happy to be 12-0. Now, it was an orange britches game. I guess everybody noticed that. I talked to senior offensive lineman Eric McLean, and I said, when did you know that it's going to be orange britches? For the first time on the road in a while. He said, when we walked into the locker room, he said, there are championship britches. I guess we'll be wearing them from here on out. That's the deal right now. Clemson is 12-0. They face North Carolina next week, ACC championship game. And as you can imagine, heading into that game, there's going to be a lot of talk about Deshaun Watson. Why? Because he was absolutely brilliant today. Over 200 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing. Tony Elliott told me here a little bit ago, he said, we put the game in his hands. And I asked Tony Elliott, I said, is he Heisman material? He said, I don't know the criteria that they use for choosing a Heisman guy. I'll tell you this, I think he's the best quarterback in the country. I think he might even be the best player in the country. We depended on him today. And there were no bigger drives than that drive right after South Carolina cut it to 28-25. Williams-Brice was rocking. Seemed like South Carolina had the momentum, and Clemson fans might have been going, uh-oh, here we go again. Forget it. Eric McLean said Watson was calm on the sideline, said, let's just go do this. And he took him straight down the field. Tony Elliott said on that drive, 3 times on 3rd down, they called Watson's number, let him make decisions. He converted. Clemson winds up with a touchdown. They go ahead. They wind up winning 37-32. It wasn't pretty against a team that's going to finish the season 3-9 and without a head coach, but it's still a win. Clemson 12-0. They'll look to win their 13th game for the first time in program history next week in Charlotte. This is David Hood with TigerNet.